Hey everybody, welcome back to It's Just a Game. I haven't put out a video in a while, but my buddy RA asked me to do a solo strategy video because he'd like to do Origins on solo. That would be a good opportunity to throw together a video for you guys. First thing I will say is this strategy is not mine. Yoda Jedi Master, my good friend, helped me a lot with this and figuring out some of the nuances, so all credit goes to him, as well as another friend of mine, Will the Thrill 50, helped me out with some parts of this as well, mostly in part 2. So here we go. This is going to be part 1. It's going to take you up through round 10, and getting the lightning staff built and dealing with the first Panzer Soldat, and then I'll continue with the rest of the Easter egg in round 2. Hope you enjoy. Origins is a pretty complicated map. It takes a lot of patience because there's a lot of steps to do. The first thing to remember when you're playing solo is you're going to go to round 7 and you're going to stop. And the reason for this is you need to have a staff built to handle the Panzer Soldat. So in this first room, you're going to grab the brain for the Maxis drone, which is on the table when you spawn, and a shovel, which is on the wall right next to that. You're going to come up here and start generator number 1. There's a couple Easter egg songs you can start here. The 115 song, lay down, hit the 1 there, come over here, hit the 1. And then the green rock is over in the corner next to the window over there. Now for round 1, we're going to just knife, save our bullets for round 2. The bottom line is we need to have at least 3,500 to get to the top. But if you do this way, what I'm about to show you, you should have around 4,300 points, which will set you up nicely to pick up an MP40 if you get a couple blood monies or something like that in the dig sites. But like I said, the overall goal is to get as much as done as you can by round 7 and then stop, and you're going to build the lightning staff at round 7 to deal with the Panzer Soldat.
This'll hold him for what, 10 seconds?
As you can see, I'm going around building all the windows. I know this is sort of a waste of points, but I build the windows here just to keep the flow of zombies slower for round 2. The key to maximizing the points in round 2 is to get as many collateral shots, shooting through zombies to hit other zombies behind them with the double points active. So that's why I do that, build all the windows. And there's the green rock for the Easter egg song. And then the last zombie is a little late coming in, so I have to build this window again.
Target area appears affected by an unknown contaminant. Enemy personnel have degenerated to their primal instincts, exhibiting irrational and unparalleled savagery. Recommend all allied units set up exclusion zone until further intel is available.
Okay, so at the beginning of round 2 here, all I do is basically check the windows, see where the biggest group of zombies are. So there's 1 at that first window, 2 coming to that window, 3 down here, so that's where I'm going to start. They've almost got that window off. Grab the double points, come down here, try to make it so I can shoot multiple zombies at the same time. 8 shots in a knife will maximize your points. Shoot them in the legs, that also helps you so they don't die. Knifing while you're backing up will save you from picking up bombs like that. Double points is flashing, need to get these last couple shots into these guys. Okay.
Haven't got many shells left.
Alright, I got 1 zombie left, or excuse me, 2 zombies left with 4,000 points. This guy should give me 4,200. There you go. I'll build the rest of the windows, and that'll take me up to about 4,300 points.
This won't keep them out for long.
Alright, so I got 4290, close enough. Alright, now we're at the tank station, mine tank station 2. Big thing here is to pick up the ice staff radio, or record, which is right there, and the fist stone. You're gonna need those later. Check for the shield piece here. That's where it would spawn in the footprint there. The first place for the shield is right after you come out of the spawn. There's a side room, and there's a wheelbarrow in there that it could be in. Alright, we'll go ahead and start generator number 2. And we're digging the dig sites initially in the ground to see if we can get a weapon of some kind, like a Remington. So there it is, we get a Remington. I guess I had a DSR 50. Here's the third piece, or third site for the first shield piece there, and there in that wheelbarrow. Alright, so we got a Remington, so we should be alright. Buy this next door and get up top side. Right, the second green rock for the Easter egg song is right here under the bed. Alright, so now we're topside. You can dig more dig sites for try to get a blood money or whatever, but as long as you have a Remington, you should be good for round 3. No problem. Alright, so once you're up topside, you're going to look for the black record. There's the first location. You're also looking for the main body of the shield. First location for that is coming up here in this footprint. And there it is. There's 2 more footprints where that can be. Alright, next location for the black record is right here. So we got that. And then always be on the lookout for robots. You can pre-move these electric panels. We'll talk about those later for the lightning staff upgrade. That one is 3 turns. You can move those. We'll talk about those locations in a little bit. Alright, this is the second place where the shield body that we found earlier can spawn, right here under this dead guy. And the third place is back here in this footprint behind Juggernog, and it's right there. Alright, so this is where we're going to start filling up the soul chest, which is to the right of my character right now. The goal is to have 3 of the soul chests filled by the end of round 7 when we stop. So in order to make this happen, we have to wait for the center robot to appear so we can start filling up this chest. You'll find you spend a lot of time on this map in solo waiting for the robots. Alright, so while we're waiting, go ahead and start generator number 4. This will enable us to get Jug when we want to. Once you have found a Remington and you're comfortable with your points, I recommend not digging any dig sites till round 10. You definitely don't want to dig sites unless it's snowing, because that's when the ice staff pieces will show up. Alright, so while we're waiting for the robot, we found the lightning staff record. That's the first place by Jug. The second place is in that cart right there. And the third place it can spawn is down in the wind tunnel at the bottom on the right side of the portal. Alright, so I'll fast forward a little bit here to when the center robot has decided to show up. And then the key here is you want to kill this zombie before the center robot goes off the map. If you don't, you run the possibility of getting all 3 robots, and if a robot comes through the path while you're filling up the soul chest, it will close the soul chest and you'll have to start over. It takes about 30 zombies to kill 30 zombies to fill up a soul chest, so you're going to be here for all of round 3 and most of round 4. If you do it correctly, you should have 1 or 2 zombies left at the end of round 4 and the box should be full. I recommend you don't pick up zombie bloods while you're in here, because that'll slow down the process, and you want to maximize getting those guys in the box or in the soul chest. Alright, so buy an MP40 is what I recommend as soon as possible. And then once the soul chest is full, you want to get out of the footprint and save the zombie until the next center robot comes through. Alright, so here we go. Fast forward to the end of round 4. We're going to fill up this soul chest. You can keep an eye on your score. Make sure you have an idea of when the guys are going to be the last ones. There it is. Chest is full. So I'm going to leave this footprint and I'm going to wait for the center robot, and I'm going to move up to the next chest just to the right of the excavation site. Alright, so it's snowing in round 4. I'm waiting for the center robot. Go dig some dig sites. So, there's all 3 robots, so that kind of sucks, but I did find one of the ice staff pieces. The other thing you want to think about is, you know, round 5, you can see I got 2,300 points. I need to start thinking about getting Jug as soon as I can at the end of this round. Alright, here's the center robot. We're going to go into the next area with a soul chest, and you're gonna kill these zombies. You're gonna do all of round 5, and then you're gonna have to kill probably 5 or 6 in round 6 to fill this chest up. So what I'll do is I'll get a couple headshots on these guys, and I'll go buy Jug while the round is restarting. Make sure you kill the zombies while the center robot is on the map to keep them from spawning all 3, and then go back. Get Jug, and then go back to
Can you hear me?
the
Please.
footprint.
You have to help me. I'm trapped here. I just want to go home.
Alright, keep an eye on your ammo. If you haven't gotten a max ammo, this can drain your ammo down a little bit. There's an MP40 back where we got it in the Jug footprint, or towards Stamina, right on the other side of the stairs over there. Alright, so here we go, end of round 5. I'm low on ammo. I'm gonna step out, buy some ammo. Alright, so I only need 5 or 6 zombies to fill up this chest, so you gotta kind of plan your escape route here. When you fill this chest up, you need to start heading over towards Stamina. The last 2 boxes are at the church footprint on the near side, or Stamina, and what you do is you'll base where you go next on whichever robot comes through. Insta kills are okay, they're not great for points. Alright, that box is full. I step out. The church robot came, so I just hustle over there, open this up, and now I'm going to stay here until the end of round 7. Okay, here we are getting close to the filling this box up. Max ammo, that's always helpful. Okay, be careful, you need to save a zombie here that's uninjured. Alright, the box is full, so I ignore those guys behind me. I'm going to move forward, get myself over here, save an uninjured zombie. Because we're stopping around 7 to get the lightning staff built. Alright, need to make sure you have enough points to do all this, so you're going to open up Stamina up. You need to have 2,500 points to get into the center. I'll go ahead and turn this electric panel. This one is also 3 since I'm here. You have 2,500 points to get into the excavation site and get the gramophone. And you need at least 1,000 points, possibly 1,500 points for the tank. Alright, here's the Maxis drone piece up here.
Just in case the Germans
The other
don't
piece,
shoot.
or the other possible location for that piece is right there.
Follow in their footsteps.
And then there's another piece down on the or another location where it could be down on the scaffolding below
For the doorways to open,
in the excavation site.
they need to hear the songs.
Also, at this point, you should hear a louder than normal airplane flying around. It'll be, if you look up and find it, it'll be glowing orange. Shoot that airplane down, you'll get the first piece of the fire staff. See, there's the orange airplane. You just caught it in the upper part of the screen as I was coming out,
Opened by the songs of the ancients.
and I'll get it later. Alright, so first we're going to go into the lightning tunnel, grab the crystal. You can grab the crystals. You can only carry 1 crystal at a time, but you can grab them anytime. You don't have to have the staff pieces in order to go grab the crystal. Remember to start the teleporter, it'll save you some time.
The effort it took to get it.
And then until you have all the staffs built, you just want to grab that gramophone every time you come out. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and build a Maxis drone here real quick in the church. You'll hear a lot of different places to build this. Some people build it in the workshop. I build it here in the church.
The darkness is at an end. I live again.
And then my technique for riding the tank is I'll run the zombie way down the tank path here, and then I will run back and jump on. Well, first of all, I forgot to get stamina up, so I'm gonna go get stamina up first. A lot easier to run away from a zombie with stamina up. And then I'll go back over and run him down the tank path. I found that in solo, the zombie has a much harder time catching up with the tank than he does with a co-op partner in the game. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it seems to be the case, and it helps out a lot. Because if you run him far enough away, you won't have to worry about him while you're on the tank. So here we go, jumping and running, jumping and running. And we get on the tank, and we'll go pick up that first piece.
Get this thing moving. I'm through riding around.
Now the other reason you're going to want to have stamina up is the next ride of the tank that you do, you're going to need stamina up in order to get both pieces at the same time.
You can find them. You can get me
And that'll
out.
save you 500
You can
points.
open the
If
gateway
you
to
just
America.
can't get it done, then
Sounds like we got ourselves a plan.
you just use the other 500 points. Alright, so I had time, so while I'm waiting for the tank to cool down, I go look for the shield, third shield piece. Found it on the first spot. The second spot is down in the fire tunnel, and the third spot is over by generator 3 next to a big wooden box in the trench. Alright, so once you hear that horn, that means the tank is cooled down, ready to go. You'll want to run the zombie over here to the far side of generator 2, and then sprint over. It'll give you enough room to get up on the tank, listen for a minute, let them get a little bit closer, and then I'll go. There he is. He was a little bit far away on this one. Probably want to get a little closer because he does end up respawning right here. And then this is where it's tricky. You got to be on the front of the tank when you jump off in order to give yourself a chance to get on. That zombie jumped up there, no big deal, but I think he affected my running. I don't quite get there on this attempt. Alright, so in a different game I went through and did it again. This is what it should look like. On that previous game, I had to spend that extra 500 points. This is what it should look like. Now, if you do miss and you have to spend the extra 500 points, you want to go back to Tank Station 2, and out in the tank path, there is a button where you can call the tank over from the church for 500 points. If you do that, you won't have to spend the other 500 points to ride the tank. But if you ride it back around, it'll cost you 500 points per time to ride it. So make sure you go back to Tank Station 2 and call the tank over. Alright, so now we got the third piece of the lightning staff. We're gonna go into the back to the original game now, where I have the lightning crystal. Go back into the center and build the lightning staff. When you're playing solo, I recommend you trade your Mauser for it. You're gonna want an upgraded Mauser later in the game if you want to go for higher rounds. It's just a good weapon to have. But for purposes of this solo Easter egg, you want to keep the MP40 with the bullets in it, and because you're gonna need it to shoot down other airplanes and other parts of the Easter egg. So, and you'll be able to dig up a Mauser later on from a dig site. Alright, so you see I'm moving these panels while I'm here. Turn them all purple for part of the lightning upgrade. You can do this at any time. I just do it whenever I'm here.
Let's see if the lightning staff lives up to its promise.
Okay, now at this point in the game I had opened up stamina up, but I had forgotten to grab the wind staff record. So I'm gonna run over and get that. 3 locations for that, right here on this table, and then right here on these boxes, and then over here in this corner by the actual stamina machine. Alright, so now I'm gonna go down through the wind tunnel. I'm gonna build the shield here, because this will be the tunnel I'm primarily using to come up and down from the crazy place. I'm going to go down in through the wind tunnel so I can grab the wind crystal, and then I'm going to go over to the lightning staff area and do the first part of the upgrade step.
gotta be a purpose for this.
Okay, so the lightning step is based on musical notes. If you want to look it up how to do it, you can go to the COD wiki, but bottom line is 1, 3, 6 on the bottom. You only use the bottom row, so it's 1, 3, 6 first. And next is 3, 5, 7. And finally, the last 3 are 2, 4, and 6. And I hit 7. If you do that and mess up, just hit the correct one, 6, and then hit the other 2. They don't have to be in order. So I hit 6, 4, and 2, and now I'm good. Now I gotta remember to go back out the wind tunnel so I can grab the gramophone, because I haven't gotten the other crystals yet. You can see the fire pillar is still down over there, the ice pillar is still down, so you wanna go pick up the gramophone so you're not running around going, where did I leave the gramophone? Okay, so once you've done those things, now the electrical panels come into play. Before I knew you could move them ahead of time, I would just run a big circle, starting at stamina up and going counterclockwise. This is number 2. The third one is upstairs in the church, which you don't have enough points to get to. The fourth one is by Juggernog in the footprint by the wind tunnel. The fifth one is in the spawn room. In the spawn room, and then one at the tank station. Bottom line is, if you start at stamina up and go around, it's 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So stamina up is 3. The bottom one in the church is 2. The upstairs one in the church is 1. The one by Jug is 2 turns. Spawn is 2 turns. Tank station is 3 turns. And the one by the excavation site is 3 turns. 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Alright, here we go. Round 8. This is what we did everything up to this point for. I wait for the center robot so I can start filling up this chest. But really, the big thing is the Panzer Soldat is coming. He's going to give us the second piece of the fire staff. This is why we have the lightning staff. There's the siren. If you want to try and keep the zombies alive, just run around and let him get in front. Shoot better than I do, it'd be a lot easier. Alright, there's the first hit. I'll run him over here into this area just to stay by this chest. Just spam the lightning staff there and get it. So then hop over into the chest area here and fill this chest. Now at this point, the next thing you're thinking about is round 10. So fill up the soul chest. It took me, I got a nuke or something like, or no, a robot came through and stepped on the chest, so I had to wait. So I go to round 10 here. You can see it's snowing. It's always snowing at the end of round 10. So this is where we're going to want to stop and build the ice staff. I'm going to stop this video here, and I'll do part 2 with building the other 3 staffs and upgrading them and continuing on with the Easter egg. So stay tuned and tune back into part 2. Remember, it's just a game.